Okay, so the first thing I did was took off this trim. That came first. It goes right along the top there, and it popped off, and it was harder to pop off than I thought. So invest in a tool like this kit that I got is great, and you can just take it and sort of get behind there and, you know, pop these things off. So that was the first thing I did, and when that came off, then I knew I could keep going. Then I took the screws that were on the floor, the left and the right panels, and there's one, you don't have to take this off, you just have to sort of pull it really hard, pop it, and there's one on this side. Here it is, I think. There's one right here where that screw goes in, and then there is one over here on this side. I'm sorry if you can't see, but you just have to kind of, it's tricky to get back in there, but and they're all 7mm, which is great. So you just have to do those two for after you do the trim, or those first and then the trim, it doesn't matter. But those two screws at the bottom, and you don't have to remove these pieces here. So once you get it all taken off, this is the air plug for the climate control system, and there's just one, and you just need to remove that little, it just pulls out. You just have to kind of pinch it and pull it, and it comes out. Okay, I plugged the cords back into the repaired ACM, and I'm going to put it back here. There's 4 7mm screws. There's 1, 2, and then 3 and 4 on that side, and that corresponds to these holders here on the side of the ACM. Okay, I just slid it right in, and I'm gonna screw these in there. I just wanted to show you how it fits in the actual dash. I'm showing you too that I labeled all my screws and put them in bags so I would know where they went. Okay, I'm gonna put the face thing on it. I think that's the order it goes in. So before I do that, I have to plug in the climate control that I showed you earlier that had to come out. So I'm gonna do that. There's a little, this multicolored thing here, right here. This little pigtail will go into this little doohickey right here. And then the other things will pop in. Hopefully. Let's hope that works. Okay, that was really, really hard to get in there. For some reason it kept like holding up here, and I had to like really, really hit it a couple times, but it finally popped in. So now I'm going to put in the screws. 1, 2, and I think there's 2 at the very bottom. Okay, now this thing is the next thing that goes in, and this is just, it's like a tension thing here that goes into these 2 areas, and you've got a it pops onto here too, down into here. But before you do that, you have to plug in this last little pigtail will go into there. And then you're going to have to move, you have to turn the key. You could put the brake on or whatever, but turn the key and put it in like reverse or park or neutral or something, just to move it out of the way so you can maneuver this around it to get it in there. And that's the next step after you've gotten the 4 screws on the faceplate and this faceplate here. Okay, the screw is going to go into there, and then all these are going to pop into this, and then after I do this side, I'm going to do the passenger side. This is under the steering wheel. Okay, I messed up. I have to pop this back up so I can sneak this under there because it's got a little lip that goes underneath this. So I'm going to have to pop this up and slide that under, and then I mash it in, and I'm going to do the same on this side over here. This is over on the passenger side now that I'm doing. Right here. Oh, wait a minute, it goes in there. All right, the last thing is going to be this trim, and it goes into all these little holes that are up here, and you really have to like smack it in to get it in there. Like I'm gonna have to really hit it hard to make it go in, but you got to be careful because like if it's a cold day and it's brittle, it could snap. So it's pretty warm out here today, so that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing it today. Anyway, you can snap the trim on the top here, and it'll snap. Should pop right back in because there's holes that match the little things that go in. Okay, well, moment of truth. Let's see if it's been quiet in here. Yes! I'm so excited. Ah, the first time we've had music in here or sound in almost a year. Awesome! You can do it. Don't be afraid. It really wasn't that hard. Just follow different YouTubes. There's 2 YouTubes that I followed that were wonderful. And so anyway, I just showed you how to put it back together after taking it out. All right, thanks.